tonight.
On behalf of the Electoral Commission of Ghana, I pledge, and long after the 2024 election,
Electoral Commissioner Jane Adukwe Mensa pledges to declare results that reflect the true mandate of voters as she calls on the 12 presidential candidates to accept the outcome of the December polls.
The results we will declare at the polls. We therefore entreat our distinguished presidential candidates to accept the outcomes. That is the will of the people, which we will declare.
Details as the two major candidates, John Dramani Mahama and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, pledge to uphold the peace of Ghana in the December polls.
The day the power of love overrules the love for power, the world will know peace. I stand for peace and development. Peace is possible.
Let us all pledge to promote peace during these elections. We owe it to ourselves, to our children and future generations to preserve the peace and stability that our dear country Ghana has enjoyed for so long.
These and more concerning the peace pact after days of controversy whether or not the opposition NDC will be part today. They have joined. This is the top story brought to you always by Telecel, connecting energies and holding set-side spray and coil. Enjoy a holy sleep. And tonight, after days of doubt about the participation of the presidential candidate of the NDC and the party in the signing of a peace pact, all presidential candidates have signed on to the peace pact, with the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Jane Adukwe Mensa, pledging to declare electoral results that reflect the true mandate of the Ghanaian people. Now, this is the fourth peace pact ahead of major election in Ghana, and the National Peace Council has committed all 12 presidential candidates contesting this year's election to signing a peace pact to ensure all parties agree to use peaceful means to resolve any electoral dispute before, during, and after the general election on December 7. Now, the road to the peace pact has not been without difficulties, as the opposition party, the National Democratic Congress, tabled with the Peace Council, trying its best to resolve. Now, in her address and pledge for peace, the EC chair, Jane Mensa, says the commission will work to ensure the final results of this election, with all the eyes on the ball, reflect the true mandate of the people. Listen.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, application of the three ingredients in all our operations has contributed significantly to reducing the tensions and building confidence around the Electoral Commission process. As a commission, I assure you that we will continue to apply these ingredients of transparency, responsiveness, and inclusiveness in all our activities through to the election day and beyond. On behalf of the Electoral Commission of Ghana, I pledge my team and I will continue to conduct our activities in a way and manner that will ensure peace before, during, and long after the 2024 election. The processes we will employ on election day and in the days aftermath are robust, transparent, and inclusive. The results we will declare will reflect the will of the citizens as expressed at the polls. It is a well-known fact that elections are won or lost at the polling stations. It is at the polling stations that voters vote. It is at the polling stations that the votes are counted. It is at the polling stations that the results are documented on the pink sheets and signed by all the agents of the presidential candidates. And it is at the polling stations that the outcomes of the presidential election are announced. These are the results that will be collated at the Constituency, regional and national collation centers. And it will be in the full view of the agents of the political parties who will go on to sign the various results declaration sheets. Indeed, these are the results that we at the Electoral Commission and no other results. We therefore entreat our distinguished presidential candidates to accept the outcomes of the elections. That is the will of the people, which we will declare. At the end of the day, when the results are declared, as a big at the Electoral Commission of Ghana, we'll do everything in our power to abide by the oath that we made to God and to the people of Ghana when we were sworn into office in 2018. May God bless his beloved nation, Ghana, and make her great and strong. Thank you.
And after she spoke, all the presidential candidates also spoke, including also the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare, pledging support to the peace of this country. My colleague, Soga, was at this event throughout, and he joins me on the telephone line now. Blessed, grateful for joining here. What more can you report on? You were there, you saw it. What more can you tell us?
Well, Grace, if you can hear me, the national anthem has just been played, signaling the end officially of the program here at the Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel. That's simply marking the end of the exercise today. But it's been a very long day where, of course, a number of activities have happened. Let's try and get to the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, who is here with us. Madam Chairperson, good evening to you. You're live on Joy News. Thank you so much for talking to us. We are seeking to get more people to come out and vote. What is your message to the eligible Ghanaians who will be participating in the exercise in the next 9 days?
My message is that it should come out of it.
We're hoping that it will be a peaceful exercise, and you have added your call for peace. We know that the political parties also have a role to play. What are you sending out to them in terms of helping the exercise and making it, a success?
As the part of the commission, we commit to carrying out transparent, robust electoral processes and election competition days. As indicated during my presentation, we would announce the will of the people that is expressed at the polls. It's the will of the people that is expressed at the polls that will be announced, and we are treating all the presidential candidates to accept the outcomes of the election.
We're just 9 days away. Are we ready?
We are. Yeah, I think we are ready. All our material for the field and training has taken place. It comes to an end tomorrow. But in all our materials, we have a good supply of equipment. Officers are well trained.
Thank you so much. And that's the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Madam Mensah, just speaking a while ago and reiterating that indeed the process has started in just a period of 9 days. We will indeed be heading in for that election. But this is where all of the action is happening, where we have seen tonight all the presidential candidates going into the election coming here to commit to peace before, during, and after the elections. And as we heard from the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, that process is set to happen, and she's promising that it will be peaceful and will reflect the will and the outcome of people. I want you to take a look at what's happening, because some more of the candidates are filing through, and we'll try as much as possible to engage them. Let's speak to Dr. Hassan Ayariga, who's also here. Dr. Ayariga, thank you for talking to us. Quite a spirited message there to the people of Ghana on the issue of peace. What more do you have to add to this?
I had a lot to say, but because we were given 2-3 minutes, I couldn't say much. But then, you see, the country is tensed by political communicators, the way they communicate, party leaders, the way they communicate. People will come here and sign the peace pact. But whether in their minds, their heart, they are really for it, it's a different thing. What kind of mindset do we have when it comes to peace? What kind of attitude do we have when we come to peace? Are we really for peace? Or are we coming here to sign a peace pact and then leave here and incite our members not to accept the results of the election? These are some of the things that we need to look at. Signing a peace pact is nothing when you don't demonstrate it with your attitude, when you don't demonstrate it with your mindset, the leadership skills. Okay? We only have one Ghana, give or take. no matter what we do, we have one country to save. And elections are only every 4 years. Why in a rush? Why do you think it's a do or die? At the end of the day, one party is going to win. Whether your party or another body's party is one. Even if we have 100 candidates, one. So why do you want to kill yourself? Why do you think you must be the only one? So I believe that when we ignore certain problems that are facing our nation, like war in Baku for the past 3 years, and government cannot resolve it, how then do you expect to have a peaceful election? I'm not sure that the people of Baku will be voting on the 7th of December. Are we sure there will be guaranteed in that community for electors to come out and vote? Are you sure there will be a guarantee for the Electoral Commission to go and supervise the election? These are questions we need to ask. Because the banks are running out of the place. The institutions, the business community, everybody's running out of that place. And we have put blind eye at government, as citizens. Then we come and organize big forums like this to talk about peace before. Meanwhile, we have ignored war in part of the community.
Dr. Erica, it's a long night, but grateful that you've turned up today to commit to peace. And of course, very immediately, we are live at the Constituency Gold Coast Hotel, where all the 12 presidential candidates have just filed through. We heard exclusively from the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Madam Jean Mensah, who's also told us that the EC is ready. That's an indication to us that, of course, we are ready with just about 9 days to the exercise. This is where all of the events happen. And, of course, we need to get close and engage some more persons and stakeholders who are part of the exercise and making it happen. We'll also get to speak some of the regional leaders who were part of the exercise today. I want us to hear from Sheikh Nunusha, who speaks for the National Chief Imam, who was also here today. Sorry for interrupting, but you're live on Join News. We just wanted to briefly find out from you the presence of the Chief Imam today. Mike is present today. They're live here.
Chief Imam is a huge personality in the country, and everybody knows him as the pillar of the peace of our country. So it was really significant for its symbolic purpose that he himself comes to see what exactly is happening. We briefed him and told him, old man, you are 105 years. This is the country you want to live as safe, peaceful, harmonious, and cohesive. You are going to sign this pact, and you to say, and he readily decided to come. But for the time, he also wanted even to give some advice, word for advice here and there. So we are happy he came, and we're happy all the other presidential candidates, their commitments. They could have decided to abandon this thing, but all of them decided to come. There's something deep about it. And we just saw that the new president is around. So I think that Ghana has won the battle. We've shown commitment. We know peace is an all-time need of our country. We cannot compromise it. There's no alternative to peace. There has never been bad peace, but always there also has not been good war, good violence. And so this kind of commitment for me is something I cherish, and I really commend all those of us who have contributed in one way or the other to make it a success.
Great, Sheikh, as always, for talking to us. But of course, Brace, just as you can see, the commitment is clear that we need peace before, during, and after the 2024 general elections. And we wait to see in just a period of 9 days if Ghanaians will live to that promise. So now, reporting from Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel. Over to you.
But Blessed, we saw all the presidential candidates there. What did the vice president, who is the flag bearer of the MPP, say?
So let's talk about the vice president, because for him, he believes in the pursuit of power, one should not, but also to ensure that this country develops elections. We can take a listen to it.
That we will come out of this election stronger as a nation. We are hopeful all sides will take some positive steps to preserve the unity, peace, and stability of this country. We owe our people, particularly the teeming youth, that duty of care. Only this way would our resolve to create better and enduring opportunities for this future generations be guaranteed. The eyes of the world are on Ghana. The world is watching, hoping Ghana will rise again to the occasion, stand tall and shine bright as the star of Africa. I am full of hope of us leaders and our followers will live up to the peace pact we are going to sign today. And I encourage the security services who are doing an excellent job, and the media and all stakeholders to do all they can to ensure and preserve the peace. I would like to end by emphasizing that the only reason we seek power is to use it to deliver prosperity to the people of this country. I therefore wholeheartedly to ensure a peaceful election. I extend love to all my opponents and invite them to let us collectively show love to the people of Ghana by embracing civil and peaceful approaches during every phase of the electioneering process. Finally, I would like to share this quote from Mahatma Gandhi, and I quote, "The day the power of love overrules the love of power, the world will know peace." I stand for peace and development. Peace is possible.
So that's the presidential candidate of the NPP, Dr. Mahama Bawumia there. Now, the National Democratic Congress's John Dramani Mahama has also pledged to peace as he calls on the Peace Council to take steps to address concerns the NDC has raised prior to this particular signing.
It is all well and good for us to commit to peace and recite beautiful platitudes. All the efforts at building peace before, during, and after the 2024 elections would come to naught or be undermined if there is mistrust and insincerity. Mistrust is built through a mismatch between words and gaslighting on the part of those in authority. There is reason to be concerned that the signing of this pact, though well-intentioned, could amount to nothing if it is not followed by concrete actions to guarantee the peace by the stakeholders and government. Events and happenings during the last election and during the Awaso West Wogon by-election create considerable doubts. Some thugs dressed in security service uniforms to intimidate and brutalize citizens during elections. How can we tell these thugs from the professional members of the security services, especially when they carry no name tags and they conceal their faces with facial masks, popularly called Azugu masks? I would suggest to the IGP to instruct the arrest and detention of any such persons during the election and to be kept until the election is over. These are legitimate questions that must satisfactorily be accounted for to give true meaning to this peace pact, lest it remains just a piece of paper. We in the NDC have in the recent past expressed the above reservations, and we look forward to hearing conclusively on the steps taken to address these. In conclusion, let us all pledge to promote peace during these elections. Let us work together to create an environment that is conducive for free, fair, and peaceful elections. We owe it to ourselves, to our children and future generations to preserve the peace and stability that our dear country Ghana has enjoyed for so long. God bless our homeland Ghana. I thank you.
Former President John Dramani Mahama, who is the flag bearer of the NDC there. We'll be hearing from the Peace Council as well as the IGP shortly. We'll also be hearing from the Chief Justice and the other political parties who are also contesting this elections. But in the meantime, let me go on to the phone lines now and bring in Dr. Asante, who is political science lecturer at the University of Ghana. Doc, I'm grateful to you for joining here. Now, you've listened to all the presidential candidates speak there, and just now you've heard the former president and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Your thought on what happened today?
I'm not saying that I did not listen to all of them. That's the idea. And the fact that they've all signed to commit themselves into that process is fine. But as to whether that works is another thing.
So you heard the former President Mahama enumerating certain things he feels the Peace Council should work on. Beyond the signing, what else do you expect to happen before we go on to the election day proper on December 7th?
I expect that from now up to election and even beyond, anything that we see that is on board, we report and it is addressed. Beyond that, we want anybody who crosses the lines to be dealt with as required by law. So we expect equal playing field to exist. We expect the security to be professional, and we expect that all of us will be law-abiding.
And beyond today, what should happen? I mean, there are some issues that the NDC raised. What should happen between now and then, the election day?
Yeah, beyond today, we expect that all the materials that we need for the elections will be delivered on time. We expect that there shouldn't be any violence whatsoever. If there is, the security people know how to deal with it. But when you come to the election proper, we don't expect a repeat of that ugly spectacle that took place in Arsenal, where 8 people were shot dead and nobody talked about it. I am disappointed in the sense that, yes, those who call for this peace pact is a good thing, but it doesn't mean anything when what we want to prevent do occur. And leaders of the society, especially those who call for this pact, they remain quiet about it. I am so disappointed. I heard a statement from the Catholic Bishop Conference chairman saying that people should punish those who don't sign. Yes, those who sign and things happen and they don't talk, what happens to them too? All right, we expect that we should make the playing field equal and that what is wrong must be condemned by everybody. Otherwise, this will remain an exercise in futility, where you sign all these things and something happens and the state is quiet about it as if nothing has happened. Even one person, if one person dies, is bad enough to undermine the fortunes of democracy. So we expect all the players who are committing themselves today to be resolute and stand firm and make sure that anything that comes out that is not in connection with the rules of the game, they are dealt with. And that if there is something wrong, we expect all those who have signed today and all those who cause it to be signed to be to do the needful by standing up and saying that this is wrong and that we should be able to prepare for court and seek redress. That is the way to go. Otherwise, you can sign this thing and it will not mean anything to anybody.
Do stay with me because I want to pick your thought on something. But let me bring in now Very Reverend Father Clement Kwesi Ejay. He's Secretary General of the Catholic Bishops Conference. Very Reverend, I'm grateful to you for joining here. Now, earlier in the day, your president said that, and that's what Dr. Asante was saying, that whoever doesn't sign should be punished. Now they've all signed. But beyond just the signing, how do we ensure that all parties are tied onto whatever you agreed on?
Thank you very much. And let me greet you and your listeners. Yes, we just left the place. And what we expect everyone to do is to make sure that the peace pact has been signed will be put into action. Hello?
I'm with you,
Hello?
sir. I'm with you, Reverend.
Yeah, because I'm hearing some echoes. I'm hearing echo from my side. Yes, but whatever has been signed should actually put into action. And that one lies on all of us. Because when you listen to them, all those people speaking, the police, they came to tell us how prepared they are, the strategies they have put in place, so that you can join and tell us what they have also put in place to make sure that if there is any complaint and so on, they were able to handle it at judiciary. So it means all the stakeholders, all the national institutions who are supposed to play their roles, all of them are trying to play their role very well. What is left for me is that of the political parties and their candidates. You see, what Mahama said, for me, he was right. He had the right to complain. Do you go into election just to fight for someone to die? That's what the essence of election. It's an opinion that we're expressing. You want this person, or you want that person, or that person. Just express it. But for someone to die, to be killed because somebody is seeking for power, a position, it is neither here nor there. In fact, it is not good at all. So we must all try as much as possible to prevent what happened at the last elections from happening again.
I'm grateful that you bring that in. Now, this is not new. This is something we did in 2020, but we saw what happened. People lost their lives. Till today, people have not gotten justice for what happened. So, how do we ensure that though we've all signed, people will be held accountable for what happens beyond today?
Yes. It is not good that people haven't had justice. Because without justice, there wouldn't be peace. And people will still sit back and say, when it's my turn, I will also retaliate. So, the needful must be done. The powers that be, they must make sure that those who died, who lost their lives, they have to go to court. And the court to look through. See, rather than letting it just be. Because someone is killed, what do we do? There are investigations and so and so. Otherwise, it will continue. And I tell you, this is not the first time. Since we got into the Fourth Republic, this is not the first time someone has died. Somebody has been beaten and so on. It's happening. But it should continue? It shouldn't. Mahama was right for bringing it up. Just to remind us that the signing alone is not enough. That one is true. It has its own positive aspect. In fact, it calms down nerves. And our people, they look at it. When they see their leaders speak, they listen. Oh, my man has signed peace pact, and therefore, saying, yeah, okay, it's going to be peace. At least it calms the nerves of Ghanaians. That's aside. And it's also the fact that it means we must all work towards that peace that we need. Well, they gave beautiful speeches, and it's good. Addresses as well, it's good. But you must put into action whatever you signed. And that one, all of us, the political parties, they should stop inciting their electorates. They should stop misinformation and disinformation them. So it will be a power. Because lies can take certain actions that they should not take. Just go to the polling station, just take your ballot, go and test it. So this one too, somebody has tried to die for it. It's all because of how they have trained the kind of information they have given to their followers. That's what happens. So please, for me, what I would tell the political parties is that they should be careful what they say, especially this could just let about some few days, maybe 9 days or so. They should be careful how they incite their people, the kind of information they give to their people. So just go, cast your ballot, and come home. When it's time for you can go there Sunday. And then, because you're right there. Why should somebody lose his vote? Because you want to assent and done. You just have somebody goes and does some kind of investigation and so on, and a commission is committed, and they go there and they do some investigations and then they talk, and that's all. they hand their document to you, their report, and then nothing happens. I mean, what is that? So they must. It's not too late. When it comes to the criminal law, it has no time. It has no time. Whether 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, you can still go back. So they should make sure the action is taken, and we must stop these kind of things. And so I don't think it's only the fault of those who were there, those who lost their lives. No, it may go beyond that. So for me, it's a responsibility that lies on all of us.
Okay. All right. Now there's a potential for a reference to the issues that former President John Dramani Mahama on the part of the NDC raised today.
Yes.
What concrete steps do you think the Peace Council and all stakeholders involved in ensuring there's peace in this country before, during, and after the election? What should they take with 9 days left to get the most pertinent issues resolved, so that we can go into this election where the NDC satisfied that all their concerns have been addressed?
I don't know. Yeah, you've reminded me something. In fact, National Peace Council and IDEC, the organizers of this event, I mean, did very well. If you look at it, means more of it went into it. I mean, energy and thinking, everything, it went into it. And you must actually congratulate them. It's better than none at all. But the most important thing is, what do they do after this? I don't know whether these concerns can be addressed within these 9 days. But what the Peace Council can do, can say something that can actually assure them, something that can assure them at least a move has been made and it will continue even after the elections. Something might be said about it. You can't just sweep it under the carpet. So something the Peace Council must lead that so that at least assurance is given. Otherwise, I mean, the family members who lost their cherished one, they are still in pain.
Very Reverend, I'm grateful to you for your time here on our show. Now, Very Reverend Father Clement Kwesi Ajay, a Secretary General of the Catholic Bishops Conference. Let's me bring in Dr. Asa Santi, who is still with me. Doc, so I was asking Reverend about what concrete steps that the Peace Council should take to address these issues the flag bearer of the NDC on behalf of his party brought to bear today. Okay, we'll be bringing him back. But as I told you earlier, we'll be hearing from the IGP, we'll be hearing from the Peace Council, and also the other parties who were there today. But let's start off with the Peace Council, because the chairman of the council, Reverend Dr. Ernest Edudjemfi, says all political parties must at all cost eschew violence before, during, and after the elections.
Today's ceremony is a testament to the commitment of the presidential candidates to peaceful elections and a peaceful country. It is a commitment to the fact that when we are not satisfied with the outcome of any election results, we will not motivate our supporters to resort to violence, but will use appropriate means to resolve our concerns. Resorting to violence is inimical and must be avoided at all costs. It is my hope that signing this pact will not be just another public show, but that all our aspiring presidential candidates will play their roles effectively, particularly after the declaration of the election outcomes on December 7, 2024. We would like to appeal to the political parties and the presidential candidates vying for the high office to refrain from doing anything that will prop their followers into violence. Hate speech and other rancorous utterances must be checked and avoided at all costs to ensure peace. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, after December 7th, the people of Ghana will be dealing with two positions in most families: those who won the elections and those who lost. Those who win must know that their victory is only for 4 years, and therefore should be gracious in their victory. I would like to advise those who win that they should be measured in their celebrations. To those who will be unsuccessful in the elections, I appeal to you, do not grieve for long, for after 4 years you will have another opportunity to come back, this time in a stronger position.
Well, we can also now hear from the leader of the National Security Task Force, Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare, who says they will do everything possible to make sure the peace of Ghana remains intact, even after the elections.
Realize that there was no blueprint for looking at election security holistically and strategically beyond one election. So we decided also to develop a blueprint that will take care of elections for the next 30 years to come. So as we speak, we have a blueprint in place that will deal with our elections for the next 30 years to come and beyond. And by that action alone, we are demonstrating to the whole Ghanaians and the generality of Africa and the world that we, from the security point of view, have decided by our action, by that document, looking forward for elections in the next 30 years, mainstreaming our democratic dispensation so that there's no turning back in this democratic journey. Don't let Ghana fade away, because when Ghana fade away, we fade away with it. But let us do our best and fade away, because life is a stage, and when we show up at the stage, at a point, we have to give way so that the next generation will follow and Ghana will continue, so that we will have said in history that we did not disappoint. Your Excellency, once again, my colleagues from the National Election Security Task Force want to assure the generality of Ghanaians that they should relax, and I mean relax, and be a Ghanaian and a full Ghanaian and be proud of yourself, that this one, it will be better than all the elections that has passed, if only you help us to play our role as we are doing, and also do yours.
So that's the assurance there from the IGP, that when you sleep, just sleep, because you know that you are assured of the protection you need. But of course, it comes with a caveat that you would have to also play your part in ensuring that there's peace in this country before, during, and after the elections. Let's bring in the judiciary now, because the Chief Justice, Gertrude Tokonu, is saying that judiciary will ensure the constitutional mandate in ensuring peace and justice is adhered to.
I stand here to assure all stakeholders, including the international community, that the judiciary is extremely alert to the high stakes for national cohesion and stability invoked by competitive elections. We are therefore guided by every principle of national interest to give high priority to the resolution of disputes that can affect the stability of the democratic process. We note that by operation of law, conventions of diplomacy, and social adherence, the signatories of the Presidential Elections Peace Pact 2024 have not only expressed their leadership commitment to the peace and stability of Ghana, but have given a binding and irrevocable undertaking that becomes the standard for national collaboration around their efforts to win the mandate of the electorate in this year's election. The judiciary of Ghana is grateful for the gallant certification contained in the Presidential Elections Peace Pact 2024. I wish to assure all political parties that to the best of the ability of the justice sector and within the requisite constitutional directions, substantive rules on any electoral offense or dispute, the rules of court, and the laws of evidence, the Judiciary and Judicial Service of Ghana will administer all processes of dispute management with efficiency and effectiveness and discharge our constitutional obligation to the good people of Ghana. Through these assurances, we express our utmost accountability to the national peace effort.
So that is the Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu there. Let's now, we've heard from the NPP and the NDC represented by their various flag bearers. Let's now hear from the other political parties and candidates who were there on the day. Let's start from Christian Kwabena Andrews. He is leader and presidential candidate of the Ghana Union Movement, and he was represented by his vice candidate Eleanor Efe Apia, and she says Ghana's peace, which is envied by the world, should be maintained.
Our country, Ghana, has been with peace for so many years. We have been on elections several times, and when we talk of Ghana, our country is jealous for peace in our outside countries. We have done it before, and I will urge each and every Ghanaian to let us do it one more time. Together we stand, divided we fall. The Ghana Union Movement, we stand for peace, we call for peace, and may peace prevail, and in the end, may Ghana win.
Let's now go to the Great Consolidated Popular Party, GCPP, that was represented by its flag bearer, Dr. Daniel Augustus Latte Jr.
We're all here to make Ghana a better place, a lively place, and a happy place. Let's build this country. Let's be domesticated. And I repeat it, you are all domesticated today. This country is going to change. I thank you so much.
Well, at a point in the ceremony, Hassan Ayerga of the All People's Congress thought they would not be giving the opportunity to speak, and he prompt the MC for the day, Professor Elsie Kaufman, and for him to be assured that they will. Now, he also spoke and he called for tolerance.
This is a test for us. Are we going to demonstrate the level of tolerance, level of acceptance, that we have ideas than fighting one another? Or are we going to show the world that we are more violent than any other thing? So our party members should sit up that this year we have to demonstrate to the world that the Northern brothers are together and united no matter what. We must all have a role in making sure that this country is peaceful before, during, and after the election. Ghana will win and we will have a peaceful country. I thank you.
There has an Ayerga committing to peace there. Let's now go to the camp of the CPP, which is led by the only female for now in the 2024 presidential race, Nana Akosua Frimpoma Sapon Kumankuma.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. This is clearly, in 2012, I was part of the people that signed the Peace Pact. I'm here in 2024, and I just want to reiterate what I said years back. The Ghanaian is peaceful. The Ghanaian youth is peaceful. The Ghanaian woman is peaceful. All of us are a very peaceful nation, and we are very proud of that. What I have seen today, for me, is just to reiterate the fact that the Ghanaian, though being peaceful, multi-party democracy is about election, and by extension, what it means is that there is going to be people wanting to do whatever they have to do to win power. What is necessary is the institutions that have been put in place to ensure that there's fairness and there's justice. If that is eroded, no amount of peace pact will make any difference. What happened here today, I'm sorry to say, is not acceptable. Currently, I'm standing here talking on the ticket of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of this country, who has made it possible for all of us as the Convention People's Party, who has made it possible for us to become a sovereign state, to be able to be signing peace pact because we have fought for independence and moving forward. And for that reason, it is very important that when we do anything in a multi-party democracy, it must be deepened. And for that reason, We should not be so biased and obviously biased to the point where people must agitate. It is the agitation that does not bring peace. So on this note, let me tell the peace, the police officers, the security officers, and everybody that's going to be part of this elections going forward. We, the candidates and the political parties, we would wish that you cheat for us. We would wish that you do what you have to do for us. We would wish that you put us as number one and ignore others. Do what you know is right. Do what you know is right, so that there will be justice. And when there's justice and fairness, all of us will embrace the results of this election. Thank you.
Nana Akosua Frimpoma Sapong Kuma is the flag bearer of the Convention People's Party. Let's now go to the camp of the Liberal Party of Ghana, LPG, and they were represented by their flag bearer, Kofi Akpalu.
This election, we are all calling for peace. There can never be peace in this country when we keep on doing what we are doing, promoting duopoly. We have to promote multi-party democracy, not duopoly or whatever you guys are doing, because it will never bring peace. The media is doing it. The Peace Council is also doing it. So how are we going to have a multi-party democracy when you discriminate in full glare of the public?
Well, the other parties seem to be taking on the Peace Council and organizers of this event for what they deem to be discrimination as to where some of the candidates were allowed to sit and where others sat. Well, a representative of the New Vision movement headed by Kofi Koranting asked the presidential candidates and their followers to be mindful of their words and their deeds as we go to the election.
The Youth New Vision movement and the team of Kofi Koranting embrace peace. However, we believe that peace cannot only be considered in terms of outside motivation, but internal peace is the driving force. So we cannot talk about peace when people sleep outside. We cannot talk about peace when people are hungry. We cannot talk about peace when thousands of our youths complete school, cannot get jobs and walk the street aimlessly. We cannot talk about peace when citizens cannot wake up each morning not looking up to anything.
Well, George Chimberemedu is an independent candidate running for the presidency, and he called for the rest of the electoral laws to be obeyed.
And I'm here because I believe that as a country, indeed, we must have peace. This is the only country which we have, and there is no other country we can go to when we spoil or destroy our country. Also, I want to urge all Ghanaians to support the efforts of the Electoral Commission and the Ghana Police, all the security agencies in the work they are doing to ensure that now till election day, we shall all act peacefully and act well. And on election day also, we shall obey all the rules of the elections and go and vote peacefully. And after that, go to our homes. And it is my belief that to the glory of God, we shall all be guided in the way we want to vote, and the outcome shall bring glory to God, and Ghana shall be the winner and the ultimate winner. I thank you all again, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana.
Well, independent candidate Nana Kwame Bediako of the New Force was represented by his chief administrator of the party, Charles Yemapo, who asked the electorate to vote based on policies and choose Ghana first.
Elections are not just about choosing leaders. They are about safeguarding the foundation of our democracy and the unity of our nation. As representatives of our various political parties, we bear the responsibility to uphold peace, integrity, and the will of the people above all else. Let us remember that Ghana's greatness lies in our unity.
now to the camp of the new movement led by Kojo Chiramanting. He was represented by Nana Oheneinto, who is senior advisor to the candidate, and he said the movement is committed to leaving a peaceful legacy for the next generation.
I've had to represent Honorable Alan Chiramanting on one or two platforms relating to the subject of peace, and I have his mandate and total commitment to communicate to you his unequivocal and unconditional commitment to peace before, during, and after the election. Those who know Honorable Alan Chiramanting in Ghana politics would attest that any time the occasion had demanded that he make sacrifices in the supreme interest of his former party, the NPP, or the nation, he has always done so. So his message to us here is that commitment to peace is not a matter of signing a piece of paper, which is good. But commitment to peace ought to be demonstrated in the things, not just what we say, but what we do. Obviously, the record is there that this is about the fourth time we are signing a peace treaty in the Fourth Republic connected to elections. But we cannot forget some of the incidents that have already been relayed to us relating to violence and a breach of the peace. In that connection, Alan wants to state that we are all responsible for our peace, but there are specific individuals and agencies that bear greater responsibility, and we don't have to overlook that. First is the government. Second is the security services. Third, the Electoral Commission. And fourth, the media. Of course, all of us.
So that is Nana Oheneinto of the movement for change. They represented Alan Chiramanting there. So you've listened to all the political party candidates and their representatives at this peace pact. We'll be keeping an eye on how this goes. But still to come here on Joy FM Newsnight, the MPP majority in Parliament backs down attempt to get the Speaker to recall Parliament, opting instead to focus on electioneering activities following the Speaker's decision to decline the majority leader's request.
The Speaker of Parliament has taken Parliament as his personal property. As and when it pleases him, he opens Parliament. Even when there's an issue that he could sit with us, he says, no, I cannot force him. I would use constitutional means. If he shut the door, it's up to him.
We'll bring you details of this and more after business. But just before George comes in, we'll take these short messages.
There's a business in every woman, from the young lady brimming with exciting and novel business ideas to the market queen managing her empire. There's the she architect, quantity surveyor, realtor, business consultant, crafting dreams into reality, and the multitasking mom seamlessly blending work at home. The entrepreneur, meticulously checking stock, to the corporate woman sealing deals on the move. Indeed, there's a business in every woman. Introducing Telecel Women in Business, our initiative to empower women-led and women-owned enterprises. Benefit from tailored activities, networking, business and technical support, free webinars, trainings, and more. To join this initiative, be a female-led business and a Telecel business customer. Visit telecel.com.gh/business to register now.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Couldn't sleep night. Mosquitoes will be whining my ears, bugging me all night long. Till I got a remedy. Now I'll be spraying them away with holy insecticide spray. Me I go spray them away with holy insecticide spray. When I sleep, me dana with holy insecticide spray.
Holy mosquito coil, holy multi-purpose insecticide spray. Ghana Kron Kron. For bulk purchase, call 0302-681582. This advert is FDA approved.
Yeah!
Timmy Braga,
aka the man who has all the filler in Ghana,
aka yes. What are you celebrating?
Oh, I just checked the election results and my candidate is winning.
Are the results in already?
Oh, you don't know? It's all over social media. Look on my phone.
Mr. Easy, always showing up at the right time. So, has the final result of the elections been declared?
Not yet. For the presidential election, the whole country is seen as one constituency. Therefore, there is the need for all the results from all the polling stations to be added up before the chairperson of the Electoral Commission can declare the winner.
There are so many polling stations across the country. Do they all have to send their results to the EC chairperson?
No. The results from the polling stations in the constituency are added up, and then the winner for that constituency is announced. The results on the prescribed forms are then forwarded to the district electoral officer.
I bet these are just the first set of results.
Yes. The district electoral officer then forwards the results from all constituency to the regional collation center. The regional collation officer will also add up the constituency results from all the districts within that region and announce the winner for that region. The results from each region are then forwarded to the head office of the Electoral Commission on the prescribed forms.
Step by step.
At the head office, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, in the presence of accredited agents and stakeholders, simply adds up the results from all 16 regions in order to arrive at the winner for the presidential election.
Then the first thing will be to wait for the official results. Yes, aka Jimmy Braggart. You must trust the process.
Remember, at every stage, from polling station to constituency, regional, and the national collation centers, political party agents are present and they check and sign the results and are given copies of the pink sheets. Where they have doubts, they ask for a recount and sign. There is no way the results can be changed or cooked at any level or by the EC. Everything is done in full glare of everybody, party agents, media, and observer groups. So it is a lie if someone tells you that the Electoral Commission can change the results. Elections are won or lost at the polling station, so party agents should check before they sign. As the chairperson in the case of the presidential election will only declare what is brought before her.
This is part of the process towards conducting a free, fair, and transparent election by the Electoral Commission.
Aha! Now we know the truth. We won't fall for the lies anymore. Yes. Where are you running to? Yes.
Electoral Commission of Ghana. Transparency and accountability in motion.
Santopia is offering up to 30% off your favorite fragrances, skincare and makeup from 29th November to 1st December on all in-store purchases. Opening from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. each day, visit any of the 9 stores located at Accra Mall, Achimota Mall, West Hills Mall, Osu Mall, ANC Mall, Palace Mall, Sphinx Road, Junction Mall, Kempinski Galleria Mall and Kumasi City Mall in Kumasi. Don't miss out on this Black Friday sale. For more details, call or WhatsApp 0552 772 018. Santopia, a scent for every occasion.
Do not assume that your name is in the register. Go personally to your polling station.
Driver, I beg, turn off the radio. Nobody is voting this year. I repeat, no one is voting.
Hey, my brother, cool down. What's going on? Why the heat?
I won't waste my time standing in a long queue under the scorching sun to vote for nothing.
Charlie, my brother, I feel you. After all these years of NDC and NPP, what do we have to show? Nothing.
Nothing at all.
In 2000, we said, NPP go fit do better. We gave them the chance. In 2008, we said, NDC go fit change things. We gave them the chance. In 2016, said again, let's give NPP another shot. And now, 2024, we want to repeat this cycle. Hey, no go work.
You're not wrong, oh. This is why me not they follow that path anymore. This duopoly has to break. That's why I say we should support Alan Kojo Chirmatin. This man will transform Ghana for real with his great transformational plan. Alan Chirmatin is credible, competent, and experienced. With him, it won't be the same old, same old. As for me and my whole family, we are solid yellow army.
Hey, my guy, you are making sense. Oh, for the first time, I feel hope. No more wasted boots. It's Alan's time.
All right, so welcome back from the break. And George Weafe is here with business. George, what's coming up in business?
Well, coming up, International Arbitration Court to rule on Tullow Oil's $400 million tax charge by the Ghana Revenue Authority by the end of this year. And Ethiopian Airlines set to commence direct flight from London to Kumasi, Prempeh, the first international airport, from next Tuesday. The business news on Newsnight is brought to you by MTN Business. Welcome to the new world of business. Kingdom Books and Stationery, Synthesis Tanks and Pepsodent, Herbal and Charcoal. Let's now settle for the details. An international arbitration court in London is expected to rule on Tullow Oil's $400 million tax charge by the Ghana Revenue Authority by the end of this year. Details in the following report.
This update was captured in Tullow Oil's trading released to its investors in London today. The oil exploration noted that, depending on the outcome of the ruling, that could impact on its 2024 financials. Tullow, in October 2021, filed a request at the International Chamber of Commerce contesting the tax charge by the Ghana Revenue Authority. However, the Ghana Revenue Authority is insisting that it stands by the work done on Tullow when it comes to taxes due Ghana. However, a lot of industry watchers are worried about the impact of this move in Ghana to attract fresh investment into the sector in these challenging times.
And that is a Business Desk report. Now, the Ghana Airport Company has announced that Ethiopian Airlines is set to commence direct flight from London Gatwick to Kumasi, Prempeh, the first international airport, that is next Tuesday. The notice from the Ghana Airport Company revealed that the flight will take off from 2 a.m. that is that day in London Gatwick and should land at the Kumasi International Airport at 9 a.m. Now, Joy Business earlier this year reported that Ethiopian Airlines was one of those international carriers working to commence direct flights to the Kumasi International Airport. Now, oil exploration firm Springfield has revealed that it is waiting for government direction on their next move when it comes to commercial oil production. Now, this was after established that its Afina well has significant oil flow to aid commercial production. There is more in this report.
Springfield, together with its partners yesterday, established that its Afina oil well has significant oil flow to aid commercial production. It has also revealed that there is some connection to Joy Business that it cannot go ahead to do anything on the field. This is because government unitization directive has not been withdrawn. Therefore, it needs government blessing before anything can be done. Joy Business understands that there are still some discussions ongoing between Springfield and the Italian oil firm Eni. Therefore, it's early days yet to rule out any measure. If Springfield is able to commence full-scale production, it will be one of the few indigenous firms in the country to venture into commercial oil production.
And that is a Business Desk report. Now, finance lecturer Electoral is raising concerns about the timing for introducing the Ghana gold coin. The product went on sale this week after the Bank of Ghana released the pricing guideline for the coin. Professor Broyo says that the recent development in the investment space could impact on demand for the coins.
Given what we call investor psychology, a lot of investors bought gold in gold from the number one company, and most of them lost their money. Those were ill-advised investments anyway, but people may not understand the difference between what they invested in terms of buying gold from number one in quotes and buying this that has been introduced by the Bank of Ghana. And so I'm not sure it's actually the best time to introduce it because the investor psychology may not be receptive. And in terms of how I may have done this, I would have probably done TF rather than a physical gold, an exchange traded fund. Still, you're still getting exposure to gold, but you actually don't hold the physical gold. It's a security that is based on gold, okay, and that provides many of the advantages like liquidity.
Finance lecturer Professor Elikplim Agboloyo. Now let's turn attention to the stock market. And if you have invested on the Ghana Stock Exchange, your returns have reached almost 50%. Now this is far better than what you might have earned when you look at the other investment instruments on the market. And on PM Express Business Edition tonight, you're looking at the city's recovery and sustainability concerns and also the December general elections and how that is impacting on the business environment. To be engaging the president of the Ghana Association of Industries, Dr. Humphrey Yimdake. Dr. Joseph Obeng is the president of the Ghana Union of Trade Association and also manager macroeconomic research at GCB Bank PLC, Courage Bottis at 9 p.m. on Joy News and all our social media platforms at 9 p.m. tonight. And it's time for sports, and Daniel Kranteng is around.
Let's go straight into the stories. And Ghana has dropped 4 places in the latest FIFA rankings after failing to win any of their 6 games in the 2025 AFCON qualifiers. The Black Stars have seen a significant drop, moving from 73rd place in October to 77th this month. In September, Ghana dropped 6 places following a home defeat to Angola and a draw with Niger in Morocco. They dropped 3 more places in October after sharing a goalless draw with Sudan in Accra and losing 2-0 in the reverse fixture. In tennis, world number 2 and 5-time Grand Slam champion Iga Swiatek has accepted a 1-month suspension after testing positive for a banned substance. The 23-year-old reigning French Open champion tested positive for a heart medication TMZ in and out of competition in a sample taken in August 2024 when she was world number 1. The International Tennis Integrity Agency accepted that it was caused by a contamination of related non-prescription medication she manufactured in her home country of Poland. Swiatek took a jet. She took the medication for jet lag and sleep issues. Her level of fault was therefore considered to be the lowest end of the range, that is non-significant or for negligence. That's all for sports. We'll take a quick break.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. Man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
Hooray! The Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited is organizing its end-of-year furniture promotional sales from the 15th of November to the 31st of December this year. Kingdom Books and Stationery is giving away a whopping 10 to 15% discount on all furniture at our furniture shops. Head office, Akweji, Osu near the Osu Cemetery, Tema, Comte 4, Takrady, opposite Fijai Maze Plaza, Cape Coast, University Bookshop, Spintex Road near Absa Bank, Atomic, Centerpoint Mall, Winneba, University Campus, KNUSD, the University Bookshop, Santasi in Kumasi. You can also visit and shop online at www.kingdomstoreonline.com. Hurry while stock lasts. For further inquiries, contact us on 050-162-0810 or 0302-764101 or email us at info@kingdomgh.com. Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, where quality and affordability is assured. Terms and conditions apply.
Dear Chatwo, a son say a busuan yes from Quintino. You can't say ye pepsodent, I didn't also a canyamane home.
Hey, wohu, we could hear wo, no he wole, was shre, nana no ne, whatever.
Hey, Ampo, Omudinda so, Ingamenae, and Hefana, dear. One so bit to me to ding out to President Busia Park no so. But we Busia who buy more who do, for we need to to a bear will not come to President Busia Park. Every year, check the inquire to Yatumu.
From the classroom to the lab, from the village to the city, the NPP's commitment to education is building a brighter Ghana. Free SHS isn't just about free tuition, it's an investment in Ghana's future. We have topped it up with free TVET and STEM education, skilled graduates, innovative thinkers, and a thriving economy. That's the promise of free SHS.
3 of my cousins have benefited from free SHS since 2017.
One has graduated and is in nursing training. The other two are also in the university. I'll vote number 1. I'll vote for Bawumia on December 7th.
We are building a better tomorrow through education. Vote NPP. Vote number 1. Vote Bawumia. Bawumia means business. Esro.
The presidential and parliamentary elections 2024.
As part of Elections 2024, the Electoral Commission will conduct a special voting exercise for security officers, media personnel, and election officials who have applied and are on the special voters register and have duties to perform on election day. The special voting exercise will take place at designated centers in all 276 constituencies across the country on Monday, 2nd December 2024, between the hours of 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. Please note that all these activities will be conducted in the presence of political party agents, domestic and international observers. For further information on the special voting exercise, visit the EC website or the EC office in your district.
Presidential parliamentary elections 2024. Your vote is your future.
The luckiest
Star 712#.
luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah.
Here's to the friends who dialed *712# and found no regrets. To the investors who struggled. To the health workers who diagnosed luck with precision. To the tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. To the passionate fan who couldn't contain his joy. To the seamstress who turned her hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, here's to you. Your next big win is right here.
Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Dial *712#. Now join in the luckiest winning celebration. Every 1st July 2024. Over dial *712#. Now I can to tickets as a group, individual, and now even as a community. Now win is the car cashier. Prizes are cashier in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with *712#. Now join in the winning streak now.
The luckiest.
Star 712#.
Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Welcome back from the break then. And tonight, NPP majority in Parliament is backing down on attempt to get the Speaker to recall Parliament, opting instead to focus on the electioneering activities following the Speaker's decision to decline the Majority Leader's request. Listen to Majority Leader Alexander Fenyomakin tell my colleague Elton Broby that the focus is now on engaging the electorate as we head to the election on December 7.
Look at the shutdown they are doing in Parliament. Today, the Speaker of Parliament has taken Parliament as his personal property. As and when it pleases him, he opens Parliament. Even when there's an issue that he could sit with us, he says no. Look at the recent case. They themselves created this impasse. We, as law-abiding citizens, took the matter to court. The court ruled in our favor. They contested the case and lost. I was expecting Mr. Speaker to immediately open Parliament as a Democrat to say that government business must go on. I waited upon him. He did not. When I finally wrote to him to open Parliament for us to do government business, look at his response. He's not ready. Look at the response of the NDC. They wrote a counter petition saying that Mr. Speaker should not open Parliament. The flag bearer of the NDC also said the same thing. So what are they doing? To hold government hostage.
So the 22 business that you wanted to, you wanted Parliament to consider this week. The Speaker said that you only do so after the election. To what extent will this affect government business?
Well, again, he was up to his mischief. Like I said, are we even sure that he would open Parliament? That's the question. Are we even sure? But the answer lies in we winning massively. And once we win massively and we come, he would have no choice. And I do not want to rely on his words. You remember we recall Parliament. Right. Government did all that it had to do. We came in and he adjourned Parliament in a day. You remember that in June, without any provocation, We had government business to do. He said he had received a letter from Jubilee, and because of that, he read a statement virtually insulting the president, and after that, he gavelled and shut parliament. I mean, you are in the media, you know all of these. So I don't want to talk about whether he would come European Parliament or not. I'll leave it to his own judgment.
So for now, the request for a recall is closed, at least until after the elections.
I cannot force him. I would use constitutional means. If he shut the door, it's up to him. But I can tell you that for the next 1 week, we'll focus on our elections with a determined mind to win and win well for Parliament and for our flag bearer, so that we know that we have a government in waiting to implement these important policies. The free SHS bill, we want to enact a law and ensure that the free SHS bill becomes law, that is not just backed by policy, but there's a law. The one district, one factory, we want to help industry. We want to help the private sector. So if they are still acting undemocratic with an overwhelming win in Parliament for Dr. Bawumia, obviously we will have no difficulty.
My final question will be...
Well, that's Majority Leader Alexander Afeomakin speaking there to my colleague Elton Brobe. Away from that, private legal practitioner Samson Ladiayanini says it is unusual that a judge presiding over a case has been transferred just when she was set to deliver judgment. A judge who presided over the criminal trial of Kwabena Safo Kantanka for bribery has been transferred, with lawyers for both parties meeting a new judge in court today. Mr. Safo Kantanka, you will recall, as President Akufo-Addo's nominee to be for the MC of Jobbing in the Ashanti region in 2022, was a judge with 26 count, or was charged with 26 count of election-related corruption before the High Court in Kumasi by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Now, following the conclusion of the trial, judgment was expected this morning until the parties went to court, only to be told the presiding judge had been transferred with a new judge in place. Kwekwa Santi of our Legal Affairs Desk has the details of what exactly happened.
You know that in 2022, Mr. Safo Kantanka was seen in a video demanding some monies he allegedly paid to them to confirm him as a nominee of the president, and the OSP took the matter up, filed charges against him in court. Following the closure of both the state case and that of Mr. Safo Kantanka, the judge, Justice Priscilla Dikru Ofori, was expected to deliver judgment as whether or not Mr. Safo Kantanka was guilty of the charges or not. But when the OSP and the other parties went to court today, they were told that the judge had actually been transferred and that there is a new judge who actually sat through the case. Mr. Safo Kantanka also came to court with a new legal counsel, and then the new legal counsel argued that their client wished to file new written submissions, and so the new assigned judge, upon hearing these submissions, stated in open court that since he was new to this case and required time to review the docket, he has adjourned this case to 20th January.
Well, but reacting to the development, Samson Ladiayanini explained that the Chief Justice has the prerogative to transfer judges at any point in time. However, this judge, who has concluded a trial and was set to deliver her judgment, will be expected to return to the court to deliver the judgment on the matter.
The written submissions that we file at the close of a case are actually not binding on a court, and the court is allowed to go ahead and deliver judgment without written submissions. Now, the circular that the CJ issued that I referred to is actually compliant with the terms of our jurisprudence around Articles 144 and 145, where a judge is retiring or is leaving, they still have the opportunity to sit and deliver their judgment. The new judge who has come in does not have a say. If the new judge will give any instruction, it will probably be that the judge who has been transferred has asked them to come on a different date, on which the judge who has been transferred will be in the court to deliver her judgment. The new judge, practically, legally, is unable to do anything about the case. In fact, reviewing what is on the docket is of no consequence. And I doubt that the lawyers for any of the parties who may not have filed their written addresses have any further opportunity to do so, because it is the judge who's been transferred who has to do the judgment. It is not the judge who has now come into the matter who has the power to do anything. It is the judge, the substantive judge, who heard the substantive matter to the end. It may not be regular, but it is not unusual. So I'm doing a trial, and we take an adjournment. Within a matter of a week, we return, and the judge who is doing the matter has been transferred. A new judge is appeared. That judge now has to adopt the record of proceedings so that she can continue. That may delay the trial a bit. But once the trial is over, as in this case, where a date for judgment has been set, and lawyers have filed their written addresses, which the judge is not bound by anyway, then it is the judge who has been transferred who will deliver the judgment, not the new judge who has come into the court. It used to be the case that there was the opportunity for the new judge, on the instructions of the judge who has been transferred, to read the judgment, not do anything. Just read the judgment of the one he or she has succeeded. But last year, the CJ issued a directive reversing that kind of situation because it was bringing issues. So when a judge is transferred, the warrant of transfer includes instructions for that judge to return to the courts where that judge has dealt with substantive matters.
Let's do the election headquarters now. And in our constituency lens today, we focus on Eswajaman constituency in the eastern region, where reduced cost of living and fixing unemployment are the major issues that will inform the choices of electorate. Carlos Caloni has more.
In today's edition of Constituency Lens, we bring you the political dynamics from one of the swing constituencies here in the eastern region. We're talking about the Eswajaman constituency. Since 1992, the MPP has actually won this particular seat twice, while the NDC won it 5 times. Now, the current MP, Thomas Ampim Nyako, is actually seeking a 3rd term, having won the previous election, that is the 2020 election, by a margin of 1,220 votes. He secured 24,439 votes compared to his opponent's 23,201 votes in the 2020 election. Now, in percentage terms, he garnered 51.30%, while his opponent, Paul Ansah, managed 48.70%. Now, with a projected voter population of over 60,000 for this particular constituency, where will this constituency lean in December? What factors are actually influencing voter decision here in the Eswajaman constituency? I believe you want to know, and so come with me while we speak to voters to understand the factors that will inform their vote on December 7th.
We the youth, we are suffering from work and then money. We don't have, some of us, we don't have parents to support, so we need them to help us.
Everything is too much. The fare, I mean everything is high, so they need to do something about it.
Here they are not buying because the economy is very high. The passengers don't have money.
The MPs, if we vote for them and they win, they don't know us.
Oh, the youth employment in this community is very difficult because we only have VRA and the voter lake. So it's like if the course you study doesn't correspond to that area, that means we are not going to get any employment.
The kind of nepotism that this government has really shown, that you have to belong to a particular circle before you are given some kind of attention. And you look at the basic things. Actually, I've really gone round, especially in Akosombo, and you see poverty staring at your face. You see people are suffering.
Right now, even Kenke,
2016, Kenke was 1 cedi, and we use it for campaign. But now Kenke is 7 cedi, 8 cedis. So I think that if any party that can come to power and then reduce the cost of living, I will vote for that person.
I have built more schools than the district assembly has done in the past 8 years. I have built more clinics and renovated more clinics than the whole government has done in the past 8 years. Apart from the provision of infrastructure, I have spent a lot of money in training, providing in-service trainings for our teachers. I have paid school fees for many of our constituents who are in tertiary institutions, those in the universities, colleges of education, nursing training colleges, and many of them. Every year I keep doing these things. Every year when school placements come out, I support parents with mattresses, chop boxes, and other school supplies. And you see, everything I say, I go back to challenge my opponent and the MPP to show what they have been able to do in these areas.
That cannot be true. That is palpable falsehood. Look, many of the things that the outgoing member of parliament, Thomas Ampinyaku, speaks about are projects that are sponsored by NGOs. And now the people know.
Who brought in the NGOs?
Look, I'm saying that sometimes the NGOs come by themselves. I know, for instance, Safe Water. Safe Water is building water system for the good people of the Kokono combined Pumpuni area. They came on their own volition. I've engaged with them. His contribution to that project is zilch, zero. Not 1 cent.
He has built schools.
He has not. Please, he has not.
Done a lot.
He has not. He has started for 8 years. He has started about 1 or 2 school projects he's unable to complete.
Are these not achievements?
For 8 years, 1 or 2 uncompleted school projects. Member of Parliament, receiving our GET fund, receiving our health insurance fund.
Indeed, for many voters here in the Esojaman constituency in the eastern region, the high cost of living is their major concern. It's going to be one of the driving forces that will inform the way they vote on December 7th. While the NDC and the MPP have been outlining the way and means they're going to solve these concerns that the voters are raising. From Esojaman constituency here, this has been your constituency lens with me, Carlos Kaloni.
Ago Omambapa, the time to exercise your civic duty is here again. This year, we the good people